Well, that was a more interesting Saudi Arabian Grand Prix qualification session than anyone probably had the right to hope for. But a big reason for that actually happening was, well, the fact that Max Verstappen's engine decided to randomly just give out. So, as a result, his teammate Sergio Perez has taken pole at Saudi Arabia for the second straight year running. What is it with Sergio Perez and street circuits? He just loves them, especially Saudi Arabia. Again, as I said, he took his first ever career pole position at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, and now he's taken his second ever career pole position at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Wow. So, quite frankly, an amazing drive from him. But of course, I'm pretty sure he would not have been in that position if it was not for Verstappen's engine absolutely giving out in Q2. Now, in case you hadn't watched, what had happened was that Verstappen was kind of on a flying lap. He was 15th at that point last because he hadn't really set a time. And he was on the flying lap, and at one point his engine just revved a little too much and then just gave out. So at that point, it was like, oh, okay, what do you do now? Because it seemed pretty unlikely that the Red Bull engineers would be able to actually get a new power unit into that particular car on time. And that's exactly how it proved, because Verstappen's race, or at least his qualifying for the night, was done and dusted at that point. Thereafter, what happened was that, well, it was always going to be a case of, will one of the Red Bulls get on pole? Is someone else, maybe Fernando Alonso and Aston Martin, maybe Carlos Sainz and the Ferrari, get in there and maybe spoil the pole position, muddy the waters just a little bit, just a tad? No, it was Sergio Perez who took a very, very, good pole position in this circuit. He really does seem to like street circuits. He has been dubbed the king of modern day street circuits. And he took a pole position with a time of 1 minute 28.265 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. But remember, Charles Leclerc will not be starting the race on second. He'll be starting the race in 12th because he incurred a 10th place grid penalty prior to qualifying itself for taking a new component that he had overrun his allotted limits for. Due to that, Leclerc will be starting in 12th, which means that Fernando Alonso could very well be in the mix for a race win, because he'll be starting P2. George Russell in the Mercedes, impressive to actually get that car onto P4. Carlos Sainz in 5th, Lance Stroll, the other Aston Martin, in 6th. Esteban Ocon, Lewis Hamilton, 7th and 8th. 9th was Oscar Piastri. Had a pretty decent run, you can say. Maybe Lando Norris could have been up in the fight as well if he didn't end up running the car into the wall. And the top 10 rounded off by Pierre Gasly. That means we have two Mercedes cars. We have two. You have two Mercedes, you have two Aston Martins, you have two Alpines, and of course you have the two Ferraris, of which of course only one unfortunately will be starting in the top 10 tomorrow. And of course you have the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. Very, very interesting indeed. Sorry, I beg pardon, you didn't in fact have two Red Bulls, because Verstappen, as I said, 15th. Unfortunate for him. But what was really amazing to watch throughout this particular qualifying was that the gaps between all of the drivers was very, very minute. In fact, you had in Q1 itself drivers who are like 7th or 8th on the timesheets. They were not looking safe from actually dropping all the way down to 15th. That's just how close things are at the at least in the middle of the pack right now. Of course, front you have a clear fastest car. You have Red Bull, and of course you have the rest of the teams. You have an Aston Martin who are potentially looking to catch them, a Ferrari who are potentially looking to catch them, Mercedes who are of course looking to catch them, and you have one team or two teams sneaking in, like an Alpine, who have actually been a pretty decent midfield side this year, also looking to catch the front runners. Jeddah, by the way, is one of those circuits which, despite it being configured like a street circuit, very, very fast, very, very pacey, very, very good for overtakes. I'm excited about the race tomorrow. I don't know about you guys. You can let me know in the comments if you're interested or anticipating this particular race. I am, and I'll be joining you guys tomorrow, of course, to bring you all the updates from the world of Formula One as well. So don't forget to join us then, and don't forget to join us tomorrow as we bring you all of the happenings from the world of sport. Lots and lots of things going on, of course, in the world of sport. So thank you for joining us in this live stream. Again, if you enjoy our work, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Download the AajTak app too, and don't forget, if you're already on the channel, go ahead and check out some other videos we've done. Thank you for joining us now, though. From my side, goodbye and good night.